Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? This is a thing I have only done once before. I've only done an art stream one other time. And it was in a pixel art program. Lee, I think. I don't remember. Been a long time. But this is going to be in Krita. I have a drawing tablet. I am uh trying to learn to draw like earnestly. Um, I don't know. I've wanted to learn a while, and I have tried a few different times, and uh, just never really gotten super motivated by it. Um, but I have like the right people in my life that are uh helping to be motivated and keep and like give me feedback and stuff like that right now. And then also like I don't know, I was inspired by specifically actually watching. I stumbled upon PewDiePie's videos of him practicing art. Like yeah, I think he had like one where he did like he drew for 100 days track his progress, and then one where he drew every day for a year. Um, yeah. So, uh, I've been only been at it for I don't know, maybe a week or so. Um, I am not uh all that great, but I'm mainly going to be like focusing on practicing fundamentals today. Uh, and I'll put on some lo-fi music for us to listen to. I'll keep an eye on chat. If anyone pops in, I'll wants to talk, I will happily chat with you about stuff. But otherwise, I'm gonna probably be pretty quiet while I'm trying to focus. I'm still kind of getting used to the drawing tablet too, so drawing straight lines is kind of difficult. I'm much better at doing it on paper than I am on the tablet currently. And I know I can just use like the line tool and stuff, but like I don't want to rely on that only. So I'll probably practice drawing boxes for a little while, and then maybe I'll find some references for some kind of simple creature character to draw, and maybe do a little doodle. Um, I've done a couple of those, so that have been, okay, pretty good for me. But okay. So, uh, yeah, that's the plan. Um, you just want to lurk and watch and hang out. If you want to chat, that's also cool. Uh, Whatever. I'm gonna start the music. And I'm going to mute my mic until uh, such a point where uh, the someone popped in the chat that wants to talk. Otherwise, I will just keep my mic muted. It's fine. Um, I may unmute and yap a bit. I probably will take a little break from what I learned doing about every hour or half hour, something like that. Just so I don't uh kill my wrist. Um, yeah. I hope you have a good time. Good time. Might also practice some shading stuff in Krita just because I'm trying to get used to the different tools in Krita, and there are like several different ways that you can shade things. So I want to like practice it with the different some of the different techniques that people use and see what I like the most. Those aren't proportional to each other at all. And that, well, I mean, I think part of the problem here is I don't have like a good solid surface to set the drawing tablet on. That probably doesn't help me. Um, so I don't know. I don't think it's a pressure setting issue. It's like I don't have an issue getting it to draw. I just have a problem. I mean, I've always struggled with straight lines. I have like when I've been practicing in my sketchbook the last week, I've been getting better with them. Uh, but like even when I used a ruler as a kid on paper, like I couldn't draw a straight line with a ruler to save my life. Let's turn the cursor off. Like if I try and just draw a line, end up every which way, usually. But like I might be able to get a few that are not too bad relative. Yeah, nope, that one. Nope, that one's not good. Yep. Once they start getting off, they're all. I have an easier time doing them at like an angle. Still not like perfectly straight, but they're better. And like I do have like the stabilizer on in here, but I don't know how much I should have anything set. Like the default on the like the stabilizer thing is set like this, but then I get like this big extra circle which always confuses me and it leaves like a and I don't really like it does help me make straighter lines, but there's something about it that I don't like. There's like a delay to it. It feels weird. I don't know. Like, yeah, I can make much straighter lines with that, but even then I still have like and but there like I said, there's a delay. And I wonder like I do see where there is a thing to set the delay there. I wonder if I can just turn the delay down, have it not be as bad, and still have it help me make fairly straight line. Good job saying that. Let's try and draw this box again with that stabilizer on. Just try it right beside. I don't know. See, I don't know why it's there. I have a thing that now, like this little dot is where my mouse is at, and then this dot here is where my like drawing tablet pen is. And when the stabilizer isn't turned on, or when I have it turned to like a different setting, like basic or weighted, it doesn't do that. And that's weird. That messes with my mind. Not very straight. Ah, ah, ah. I did say in my Discord that if people help me get this drunk tablet, you would get to watch me go insane drawing circles. Well, not circles, squares, cubes, boxes. Ah, words. And I don't know, cause like the reason I like doing art on my computer as compared to my sketchpad IRL is because I do have like a slight tremor, right? And so it makes drawing kind of difficult. Um let's see. Excellent. That's not as bad. And like I drew a box um with uh 3-point perspective in my sketchbook, and I showed it to my friend Beazle, and I was like, "Look, I drew a box, and it looks actually decent." I'm like, "It's not perfect, but it's the best box I've ever drawn in my life. I've never been able to draw like a three-dimensional cube before. It's still like drawing at an angle." Uh, and they were like, "Oh, yeah, it's good. Just the only thing I'd say is watch using that much pressure because it can be hard on your uh arm, like your hand, and also it can be hard like on a drawing tablet and stuff if you're using that." And I was like, okay. And um the thing that they said helps them, because they said they have like a little bit of a tremor too. The thing that they said helps them is like making quick strokes. And I've tried that, but I like for me that like just makes them messier. And maybe it's just because I haven't developed as much of muscle control and stuff for drawing. Um but for me I like find that making like slow, deliberate strokes tends to give me the best result. The thing I don't like, okay, I think I found what I don't like about this. And it's that when I have a delay turned on, even if it's a small delay, then you get won't be as yeah, it's not too noticeable if I go down to like 5. But you like at 15, you can notice it where it was like, um, you had, oh, that feels bad though. Ooh, using the eraser feels bad. Uh, with any sort of delay on it. Uh, but like even with the 15 delay, it you can see uh, how the like the start of the line would be a lot lighter, like looks like I had a lot less pressure in it, and then it like the lines wouldn't fully connect. And that's not what we want. We don't want that. Both look about the same. They both have a little bit have a little bit of roughness to them. Aren't quite like perfectly straight lines. The I don't know. Like it still doesn't feel quite right compared to the what we're going off of either. But we're gonna move on. We'll move on to the next one. You don't have to get them all perfect right now. We're just trying to get some practice. And you know what? Something I have seen time and time again, watching various different art creators over the last several days is that making, creating, posting bad art, uh, not perfect art, things like that is an important part of the process of becoming an artist and learning to draw and all of those things. Um, yeah, it's okay. It's okay. You can uh, you can just have some bad art. It's fine. Bad art is okay. Uh, ba- ba- Checking something here. Okay. Mm, that- that's weird. Okay, that's a problem. Switch back to it. bitch. Another area where I really struggle is proportion. Doing things proportional to each other. Um, like even when I'm looking at uh a reference or I'm trying to directly like just copy something for practice. Um, It's not in the rest of the cube. It doesn't look off. I don't know why it doesn't look like. I mean, aside from the lines not being as straight, I don't know why it doesn't look at the exercise. Let's try and get this last one here, and we'll take a little break. Not the worst. Not the worst. Not the best, but it was there. Only if Josh straight. Honestly, that one's I just drew maybe that. Stop. Do that. Just want to draw a straight line across here. Fucking fuck you. Fuck the world. Okay, we're gonna use the line tool. Fuck it. That's- Honestly, kind of the best one. We take a rest. Like this line is a little bit wonky, kind of curved. That makes it a little bit. But if we were to make a straight line, straighten these lines out. Be a pretty good cube. These lines here that we did back. Intersect. And this is where I don't fully understand perspective yet. Because I'm like, I understand the idea of vanishing points. Like, even if we go down here and we just make these a little bit straighter. maybe a little more square. Um, I don't think it's a bad. Um, yeah, I'm trying to think. I'm trying to picture in my mind here how you at this angle, how you would like if you X-ray vision see through it, how you would roughly like that. If you could like X-ray vision see through the box. They're rough. They're rough. Uh, try just do one completely with the line tool. Okay. Oh, line. Go a little bit more like that. And back like this. And up to and we can go. Like that. X-ray vision to the ball. The go. That's good. That's a pretty good fucking bot. I mean, yeah, I use the line tool to make it, but if we're trying to understand perspective and drawing from different perspectives, that that was pretty. That's pretty good. This one here is kind of tricky. There. Okay, I don't think the proportions on this one are quite right, but yeah, let me try and do that. We're pretty close. Okay, that's better. Still not quite what we were going for, but it's better. And then let's see. Revision to the box. Something like that. Hey, I'm doing good. How are you, Wolfie? That's good. That's good. I'm just practicing some boxes, practicing perspective stuff This is one of the things that I like. That I have a hard time with. in general, especially as someone with like aphantasia, I can't like picture things really very well in my head. So, and then so I'm just trying to like even though right now I'm copying some like these cubes, I'm just like copying them from a worksheet. It's like trying to no, that's not right. Trying to get proportions right and stuff. Like, I can't really hold the image in my head. It kind of helps for me to, I don't know why, it just made it like click for me to like imagine a like piece of paper or like a canvas in a drawing program as like what was what called? I'm sorry, I'm not sure what you're referring to. Perspective or aphantasia? The aphantasia. Okay. Um, it is so aphantasia is a fancy word for basically people that have like you don't have an inner like you can't picture things in your head or you can't like you can't imagine things in your head very well. And there are different levels of it. Like some people can't picture things in their head at all. For me it's more like if you tell me to picture an apple, like some people can be like, you know, like if you like picture an apple and then imagine that apple like floating in space and what color is the apple and what, you know, what does the skin look like? Is it bumpy? Is it perfectly smooth? You know what? And people can like pick like imagine like some people can imagine like an actual like 3D like Apple object in their head. I can't do that. Uh, you tell me to imagine an apple, I can get like a Polaroid snapshot of what an apple looks like because I've seen one before, but that's about it. Uh, I can't like really imagine something that I haven't seen. Um, and then there are people that like can't even do that. So like it's just like a thing where people like don't have an inner like it. There's another word, but I can't think of it right now. But just don't have that ability to picture things like that. Um, for me, my thoughts most of the time are like either audio, like not literally, but like you how you kind of have that like inner voice. It's just like a constant like inner monologue. Or I'll like literally picture words in my head. Like there's a script going uh that I'm looking at. But I don't really see pictures in my head too much. And it's not like its own like disorder or anything. It's a symptom typically of that comes along with other uh neurological disorders, typically things like autism or ADHD, both of which I have. Um, so it's not like like something that you get diagnosed with typically, but it's something like oh, you like if you have trouble with this, then it might be a uh there's a fancy word for it, and it might be a symptom of um one of these other things. Um, so the more you know. I mean, not really, because it's not like it's not something that um it's just like it has to do with the way that your brain is wired and how um it processes information. So it's not like you can I don't know. There may be a way to like train yourself to be like better at it, but as far as I know, there's nowhere you to like completely get like to because it's just like your brain is fundamentally like, um, being that it's like typically a symptom of like ADHD or like autism or things like that. It Oh, I have the eraser still on. That's why it's not drawing. It uh typically it is like something that just doesn't uh your brain is just wired differently. It developed differently than other like, why am I having such a hard time drawing the bottom of this? There we go. That looks better. Uh, um, and so since it's just a fundamentally, your brain just is developed differently, and it has a fundamentally different way of processing like sensory information and stuff. Um, it like you can only change it to a certain degree. Um, it's the same reason why like you can't really ADHD and autism and stuff. There's like, with ADHD, there's medication you can take that helps it. There are things you can do as far as like um therapy and stuff that will improve certain aspects of those disorders, but you can't cure them. And they're not something that typically um most people in the uh neurodivergent communities really want people to be trying to cure. Um, and I mean, that's not to say that there aren't people that live completely like debilitating lives because of the autism and ADHD. Um, for a lot of the time, when you see people that are talking about like trying to cure uh, those disorders in particular, it is like parents of the people, and a lot of the time it's people that also have some sort of intellectual disability that has come with their autism. Because autism is the one that you hear about people wanting to get cured more. Yeah, 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 I get it. I'm just kind of rambling. Yeah, not that I know of. I mean, like I said, you can kind of like train your brain a little bit. Like, um, doing things like art and stuff does help with it to an extent because you have to learn, like, you kind of have to like train for art. You have to train your brain to look at things differently and stuff. So that that creates a oh, I need to put a different lo-fi music thing on. It the one I had going ended. Just a second. But like yeah, um you have to train your brain to see things differently, and really observe what you're looking at for art. So I mean that does help with like the aphantasia to a degree, but it's still like because I have noticed that like I do have a little bit better of like an inner um there's a word that I can't think of right now and it's driving me nuts. But a little bit better of like being imagination in my mind for that sort of thing. Um, but it's still like not what most like a typical person without it would describe being able to do in their like as far as imagining things in their head. Um, yeah, kind of. Yeah, yeah, I get that. That's kind of how my head works too, with as far as like learning things and stuff. Is it like it draws connections to different things, and that way, I think it's that's kind of a way that our brain. That's not right. A way that our brains, like create pathways so that we can access the information, because it's like, oh, if we can connect it to different things that we already know, then it will be easier for us to access later if we need to. These first few I tried to do them freehand without using the line tool, but I can't do it. I'm stuck on the. Why does it do that? Get stuck, like, because you can use the middle mouse button to um move yourself around, but sometimes it'll get stuck. But yeah, like that one I drew freehand and stuff, and I can't get it the line. I can't draw like very good straight line with my freehand, which bugs me. But I also have like a little bit of a hand tremor and stuff, so that you know is kind of partially why. Whoop, do that. What was I looking at? Ew, actually. Well, here's like the thing is, it's like using the line. This is the thing I like struggle with as far as like doing digital art, because I know I'm pretty much going to do mostly digital art. Like I have physical sketchbooks, um, but the like stuff like the line tool and shape tools and stuff. Uh, they're in there to be used, and artists do use them to, like, yeah, they usually then go, like, people might go and use uh like that, and then come in with a uh brush of some sort and carve out like some other shape that they're trying to get out of the rectangle, and then, erase the bits that they of the rectangle that they don't want. Uh, but it's like, being that I'm learning, I'm like, I don't like, I'm like, I can practice doing this, like drawing straight lines and stuff on my like sketchbook. And when I'm doing stuff digitally, I'm like, I'm not sure how much I should rely on using the tools or not. Because it's like, yeah, my drawings and stuff will look sharper, look nicer if I use the tools, and then like, you know, come in and do stuff like that, kind of carve out whatever shape I'm trying to get. Because pretty much, especially when you're drawing characters, um, that's what you do. You just basically break them down into simple shapes and then add in the finer details and stuff. Um, but I was driving myself insane trying to draw straight lines, and I was not making any progress on actually doing anything. So I was like, I'm gonna just use the line tool because what I'm really trying to do is practice um, with perspective and uh, being able to get that right and stuff. So I'm less worried about like practicing my line work right now. And do that on actual pen with actual pen and paper, and then kind of transfer the skill to the drawing tablet once. Yeah, yeah, it's kind of what I know. Yeah, that's something all right here. Yeah, it's pretty similar to what I've heard from watching like art tutorial videos and stuff. It's basically like yeah, using a horizon line and then like finding the vanishing points for your like where like if you extended the lines off into the horizon, where would they intersect and stuff. So far, all my drawings that I've done, that aren't like just practicing stuff like this, have all been like just little creatures. Like I did a drawing of Pichu and um a drawing of like a little fire sprite type guy and stuff. Um, and it's mostly because I'm afraid of attempting to draw people. Uh, because I know I have such a hard time with proportions and, there we go. It's better. I'm gonna give my hand a rest for like 5 minutes here. Uh, I've been going for like 2 hours at this. Oh fuck. I almost spilled my drink everywhere. Um, but yeah, I'm just kind of afraid of attempting to draw people. I know it's not gonna end up looking good at first, but I need to get over that fear. 'Cause I do want to draw stuff like that eventually. I do want to draw uh pretty anime women and like cartoon goofy uh silly cutesy uh people. Me and mom dropped my drawing tablet on the floor. I knocked it on the floor when I was cleaning up a little bit of soda that I spilled, and I gotta find it. Okay, there we go. Uh, Mhm. I'm going to find some references for Doodle now, I think. Something fun to draw. Drawing boxes for 2 hours. And I think that's all my ADHD can handle. Um, uh, you, Wolfie, you had mentioned drafting. Are you like a carpenter or an architect or something? Or ah, I knew I know a little bit of drafting stuff because I went to college for theater, and even though I got my BFA in the acting side of things, I also got a minor in technical theater. So like I took um set design class and stuff, and we had to like do drafting stuff in that for uh set design using AutoCAD. It was the bane of my existence. We also had to use MacBooks for everything, and that was annoying because I have always been a Windows person and I don't particularly like Apple products. And I didn't know how to do anything on a Mac. I was like, how do I do the, like, all the shortcuts for different things? And it was just like, what don't you know? Do you just do like command this? And I'm like, no, I've never fucking used a Mac before. Grabbing some images for draw. I'm gonna draw a few different things, I think. Because none of them are particularly complex. This one's here for reference. And I don't know how many of them we'll draw, but we'll probably save other ones for another day. Uh, I got a bunch of images of like baby Digimon, little cute ones. Uh, it's also most of them are like just a ball with some stuff on it. Uh, which means it is safely within my abilities to draw. Oof. When hand drawn drafting versus, I mean, AutoCAD was, I mean, it's a good program. Don't get me wrong. Um, Once you know how to use it, it is a good program. It's just learning it is obnoxious. Um, and arguably, like, not. I don't know. I mean, me, I don't really know how much it saved time. Uh, that could also been because I wasn't used to using a Mac and we were using Macs all the time. So, um, that could have been the issue. It's why there's so many cute little guys. You just want to draw them all. You don't love that. Don't love stumbled upon images people have created of like realistic looking Digimon, like if they were to exist in our real world. And it's like, oh no, please go away. I'd rather not look at you. If we're good. I think that's plenty. Plenty of reference images for me to put into uh this program. This is like an awesome program, by the way, for anyone who wants to do uh art. Uh you can just take and plop images into it. And um the images will all like become part of a like a reference board in the program, and then you can like drag the different images around and zoom in and just move them around as you need them, and uh to look at them and stuff. It's very, very cool. I discovered it because um I was watching a Rubber Ross video, and he happened to mention it in there. So, but it essentially it's called Pure, and you just drag in whatever reference files you want, and then you can move them around and stuff, and you just gotta get like a nice little reference board of everything. So let's go ahead and save this as just cubes. And then we will create a new canvas, close cubes, and let's see. Who do I want to try and draw first? Let's do my boy, my best boy, Sunomon. So now here's where. Oh no, what have I done? Um, Here's where uh I do run into some difficulty personally. Uh, because of the aphantasia and stuff. Uh, I struggle with coming up with um like poses on my own, and like I don't want to just the other two drawings I've done so far. I've just like directly copied a reference um or not, and I haven't like posted it and claimed it as my own or anything like but like it's a good thing to do when you're practicing, especially when you're trying to learn different techniques and stuff. And then we'll do another uh where do I want this to start so that it's a big place. Here we go. Move over to the side. Yeah, another smaller one. And then will polygon tool. Oh, shit. Didn't mean to undo that one. Polygon tool. And we'll kind of do. Fuck, son of a. Ah! Okay, okay. I know what I'm trying to do. I just can't. Okay. Start it there. And, uh, 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 yes, like that. Okay. Now those are our basic shapes for. Now, we're gonna do get an idea of idea of where eyes are gonna go, and then you start carving out some finer details here. So here, triangle, we are going to continuation of the horn for a little bit. That's on both sides. And that where the top of it is actually going to be. Tsunomon has a head that's not quite like a full, like just a ball. It's got a little bit of more shape to it. So it like it kind of comes down and then puffs out farther, which will pretty much be roughly along the line that we already have there. Um, and you gotta do it on this side as well. Yeah, and back. And think now that I have that idea of thing, come back in and redo these guidelines a little bit. Why does it do that? I should just go over here. Lost my mouse. Uh, I'm drawing Sunomon, and have I have brush smoothing on. I don't have it because I didn't like the stabilizer. Let me be real. Uh, and it might just be the one that's in Krita that I don't like, but the way that it was working, uh, like there's a delay on it. And so then it feels very weird, and your strokes end up weird. Hi, Nix. Um, and okay, I did cubes for like 2 hours, and now I'm doing a drawing of Sunomon. Okay, I'll show you here. Like, I turned the delay all, like, you can turn it down, but, wait, I still have the eraser on. Like, I don't like, why is it on airbrush? It shouldn't be on airbrush. I don't know why it's on airbrush. It didn't switch my brush. What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, I have the pixel size turned way up for some reason. There we go. Maybe that's why it looked like an airbrush. Um, I don't know. Like, it's okay. The where I mainly had a problem with it was with erasing because the erasing didn't was delayed, and then I was like, ended up erasing things that I didn't mean to erase. Uh, and I'm like, I don't want to keep having to toggle stabilization on and off for using an eraser, especially when I'm very new at drawing and I am going to be probably erasing a lot. I do like a lot of the um features in Krita. Uh but also to be fair, I don't 100% know how to use a lot of the features in Krita. Um and I'm one of those people I've watched like short tutorials on like specific things. I cannot I cannot sit through a like here is our 2 hour beginner's tutorial on this software. I'm like, no, I can't watch it. I'll never retain any of the information and I will get bored and just look at my phone. I am sorry. Yeah, that's what I've been doing is been watching like tips and tricks type stuff. But I want to learn one software and then not have to learn like another one again. And I don't know. It does. I have not programmed them yet. Look, I you know me, Nix. You know how I am. I get things working as like as simply as I can. Yeah, I know. I know. Guys, guys, you're stressing me out. I just want to just want to have fun drawing. Like I that's kind of how I feel. Like that I will learn the I know most of the basic stuff in Krita at this point. I will learn more as I go. And like it's not like my big thing is I'm like the drawings I'm doing right now, I'm like it's okay if they're bad. It's okay if they end up being bad. Uh because that's part of the learning process. And also like yeah, I can get around stuff. Except it doesn't is it locked? Is that why I won't move? I don't know. I should be able to move shit around, but there we go. put the overviews. Where did it go? Now where did it go? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What have I done? I deleted it. Ah! Good, 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 good. Dockers. Overview. Let's just turn it off and back on again. Oh, it went over here. Okay. Put it back where I had it. Put it back where I had it. Except uh, there should be a way to make this smaller. Like I can do that. Why can't I do that up here? Just fuse back in with those. Fuse back in with those and lock yourself down. Love the advanced the words. Yeah, the words. Those are they're different Dockers in there. Uh, I does it? I don't know if it has a reference window. I'm using on my second monitor. I'm using PureRef for references. Because you can just take files, dump a bunch in there, and move them around however you want. You can look at shit and yeah, yeah. PureRef is good. I was watching a Rubber Ross video and he was like, yeah, download PureRef and use it." I was like, "Okay, yes, yeah. Rubber Ross." Ironically, I was watching him do a video. It was him, the Odd Ones Out, and one other animator that I don't remember, and it was a video from like a year ago, and they were um, reacting to PewDiePie's um, like I drew for 100 days video. Um, and oop, and I don't know what I'm doing. I just don't like that bump there. I was just trying to fix that, but whatever. It doesn't really matter. Those are just guidelines for me. So anyway, um, and towards the end of that video, they he's mentioning like he mentioned like one other software he uses, and then the other one's not like, oh, what's that? other software you use for the for reference images, and he's like, oh, PureRef, and they talked about that. So that's where I learned about it. But yeah, the PewDiePie videos, the ones of him drawing, were kind of like part of, not that I don't really watch PewDiePie much, but I had been watching just this one VTuber like drawing tutorial video
Go
and
drink some
stuff.
water, or I'll fucking end you.
Okay, thank you for the hydrate. And the oh shit, my brain just blanked. Um, and because I had been watching those videos, then the like PewDiePie's drawing videos came up, and I'm like, oh, that's interesting. I'll watch those. So then I watched them, and that's kind of what like inspired me to be like, I've wanted to like learn to draw for the longest time, and I just like don't do it. Uh, and I'm like, just why don't I just do it? I'm watching all these art videos anyway. I always liked drawing when I was little. I just got like frustrated with the fact that like other people seem to be getting way better at it than me, and I didn't know like what I was doing wrong. Um, um, and I don't know. I just didn't have. I had, art teachers in school and stuff that like they paid attention to the students that like were really good, and like the students that weren't so good, they were like, oh yeah, that's fine. Sure, yeah, you get an A. You did the assignment. And I was like, but I want to know how to get better at it. I don't want you to just like look at it and be like, okay, yeah, you technically did what I asked you to do. So then I just kind of like, well, I'm not gonna do this shit anymore. I want this to be more curved. I get that. It's just it's that thing of like it was like, well, I'm not like because I tried like learn to draw books, and those are awful because it's always just like they don't really explain too well how you get from the uh you know basic shapes phase to the full drawing phase of things, and it'll just be like it'll be like, oh yeah, you just uh make a an oval and then a triangle and then another oval and then you have a velociraptor and it's like but what? But where is the rest of the and I don't know why like the VTuber whose videos I've been watching like the way that they explain things and describe things, it just has made certain things start to click for me where it's like I've never really like that is one of like things I feel like I never really understood about this. I feel like I need it. I feel like I need the canvas to be bigger is what I feel like, but we're gonna make do with what we have. Okay, okay. Just I'm gonna write those down so I can check them out later. Maybe if my pen will work.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Thanks for stopping in, Beagle. Yeah, yeah. That's one of the nice things about Krita is it automatically when you save, it automatically also does like a backup file in case the program like crashes during saving that like stores the information so that you can restore it from the backup because the first time I saved my Pichu drawing uh that happened. It just program crashed while it was saving and I was like, no, I lost it all. But no. It saved a like a backup file too and that I was able to restore it from the backup. So pretty cool. Pretty cool little feature. And then you can also manually create backups whenever you want that aren't just regular save. Okay. Now let's get these facial features. Yeah, there's not really. I see what I'm doing. It's just a big. Uh, trying. You know what I'm trying to do? Let's try this. This is kind of what I want. Maybe go further out here. And there we go. And eyes. Okay, the eyes are kind of complicated, and I'm worried about that. I also kind yeah, I kind of want to fix this lip over here. I think it looks a little bit not quite right. There we go. That looks better. I don't like it. We're gonna try again. Want it to be bigger. It's too evil and devious. Try to do just do uh, sorry, around and manipulate it here. Um, How do I do what I want to do? Okay. And there's these little bits that got dragged around to the wrong place. And this is the base for our eye. Switch positions here for a second. That is too big, but that's okay. We can do same thing that we did to make the eye. Cursor. Get the whole thing. Okay. Damn it. Where's my? Where am I? Where am I? There. Okay, there we go. Grab it. Yeah, I I want to go on program. Okay, okay. Feeling okay? Just the size of why let me do that. I know it's a thing that I can do. Whoa. Uh-oh. Is our program lagging? Are we having issues? Is our program might crash? Save it. Well, we still have the eye in here at least for that. Okay. All I want to do is do. Pretty much that. I think that's the size. Don't love it compared to the official art. I don't know why there's so different. I guess the eye shape's just not quite there. A little more, a little more of the shape. Nah, I don't know. Now I don't like it at all. Now I've decided I don't like it at all. Destroy it. Liquefy it. Just fucking make it look there. way that's closer, but it's still not like right. Still not correct. What's oh, I have liquefy on. I'm like, what's going on? Why do I have liquefy turned on? How do I? Oh, I want to turn it off. Uh, nope. That just lets me move all the shit. What have I done? What have I done? I'm still in this transform tool. Duh, duh, obviously. That's clearly what I was wrong. I was testing to see if anyone was gonna tell me what was wrong. And you failed. I actually did. I, 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 I do be dumb sometimes. Okay. Because I'll pull over the reference image I'm looking, the reference image I'm looking at here. So this is like the eye that I'm trying to replicate, and I am struggling to replicate that sort of look. Um, I'm not sure what it is that I'm actually struggling with. Like, there's just something about the shape that I'm not getting right. I think it's like it's because it's smaller, it's like an oval, but it's like smaller and thinner down here, and then gets, like bigger and more, rounded, more, almost circular over here on this side. So I'm thinking, what am I thinking? I don't know. I don't know what I'm thinking. Can we take the pixel size back? That's what I think. And then we take the eraser off. Okay. So we do the Ah, fuck. Why did it do not? It's better. It's still not really what I'm going. It's not here. I think that's probably the best I'm gonna get person. Fortunately. I always forget how to get rid of the transform thing. Remember to do. There we go. Okay. Now, before I do the other eye, let me get the rest of the shape of the face done. proportionally things are just kind of weird. Just fine. It's fine. I know I struggle with proportions. Um, like I said, doing bad art is how we learn. Not all of this is bad. It's just uh certain parts of it. This is a surprisingly difficult drawing for something that I thought was so should be so simple to do. Kind of devious for a Sunamon. No, like proportions in the face feel so weird. Weird because this seems to come up much higher and higher. Still kind of weird. Uh, s- because the weird thing about the shape of Sunamon's head is it kind of goes like this. So, like, if I actually did the guidelines, it would kind of come out where there's like a divot in the middle of the face, and then it comes back out. And I was figuring I'd probably do some shadow in there, maybe to denote that or something. I don't know. Some way to kind of like make that appear obvious, but it makes the shape of things a little bit weird. I also want to, on this side of the head, I want to go the other side, a bit more football shaped. It's rounded. Too much football shaped. Add a little bit of a do, but kind of put myself in a bad spot on canvas to start this drawing, which also tends to be something that I do a lot. Okay, there we go. That's something better. I think I can see it. I know what it is. I can tell. I erase this then. Do this. And once again, come in. Grab this eye. Just this want to do that. Want to just want to move it. Just go and fix a couple things here. Now, this changes a lot, actually. Back out for that divot. I should have done that from the start. I didn't consider the divot. And I thought I was gonna end up drawing more than one little baby Digimon. What fucking idiot I am. I think the chin line is okay. Alright, I thought I just erased a little bit of it, but now needs to be a little bit more like not like God. It's just readjust my position here and see if that helps. I sit like a monkey, monkey perched in a chair. Really should do like half of it and then stop and do the other half because that first half was pretty nice. I liked the nice curve I had there. That one, it didn't stick the landing. That's decent. I'm okay with that. I think it does help add to the shape of the face and perspective on that guy. Okay, now we just gotta get this other eye on here. This is where I have a lot of trouble because for me, like trying to picture this at the angle I have it, because it's not quite the angle of like the reference image. It's a little more turned like facing right ahead, but it's not quite facing directly ahead either. So there's a lot of thought that I'm having here because it's gonna be like a little bit not gonna be the same shape, but it's not gonna be as misshapen on the other as it was on the other one. I It needs to feel like the eye is just roughly sketch something out here and see what we got. Uh, okay, very rough sketch. Needs to be a little bit like that. Maybe slightly more elongated. Still need to do pretty big. This will be the inside eye part. And over here, start with over here. Do the eyeliner, Sunamon's eyeliner. Because Sunamon's just a little emo boy. Something like that. And then and, uh, okay. I got something here that I can work with. Uh, I hate trying to get the whole thing. Especially because I hate like with these uh, selection tools. It's so hard to tell um, based on where you like. Oh, come on! Whoa! Hey! 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 Sunomon, behave! What? Oh, acting up again. Okay, come on. Sunomon's eye might be broken. It's okay. Don't worry. Don't worry about Sunomon's eye. We'll figure it out. Uh, I don't know if I can get a hold of it. Uh, come on. There we go. Okay. Okay. I'm still on the transform tool. But all it wants to do is uh, what the fuck? Sunomon, what are you doing? I'm trying to do one simple thing, and you don't want to participate. Don't want to listen to the class. Oh, no. I think the program might just be, the computer might just be like, hey, we need to take a break. Too much shit for too long. Because the drawing program keeps freezing up. Like, OBS is fine. PureRef doesn't really take much. As far as I can tell, my VTuber model's still fine, but like, we're struggling. We're struggling to exist right now. Uh, I just want, I just wanna try and get this eye looking the way I want. Oh, okay. That's something. Okay, okay. Actually, I don't hate that. I don't hate that. We're gonna stay with that. Uh, you know, some. All things considered, I don't think came out looking too bad. Actually, I mean, he's not great looking. He's definitely amateur looking. But like, hey, I'm an amateur. I know this. Um, Now I need to uh do sparkles got undone in all the craziness that was happening. I do need to like add some stuff. Like funnily enough, with the sketchiness of some places, it does kind of make him look like he has fur, but we need to add some stuff to the lines, make it look a little bit more like uh fur, um and stuff like that. But this is probably probably gonna lower the opacity of this and then do another layer and go over a lot of these lines. Do it like have this be a sketch and then do the line art of it on a different layer. And then there we can add in those finer details of the fur. Um, Maybe. I don't know. I think though uh I'm gonna go ahead and save the drawing, and we will call it quits for today on this because I've been going for about 4 hours, and um not all on this drawing, but we did cubes for 2 hours and then we moved on to the drawing. Uh I've been going for about 4 hours and my computer seems to be wanting a break. So I think now would be a good time to end things. Let me see what we have to send you off to. Um, let's send you there. I'm gonna send you to Lazy Apples VT. She looks like she's doing some pixel art. Um, she's another person from the V siblings Discord, and she's rated us before. So go and watch her do pixel art, and have a nice day. I'm not sure when my next stream will be. I kind of have a busy week, so I might not be streaming again till Saturday when Nix and I have our game night. Um, so if I don't see you till then, hope you have a good week. And let's go and say hi to to Lazy Apple VT. And if you're following, you can use the Indie Raid emote.